Mayor, we have just received reports that 7 bodies have been found just outside your city. Who are these people? Who killed them?
Well, it's very likely that this is the result of the war between 2 organized crime groups that's taking place in our city. It's been taking about a year now, and this is probably the result of that war between those 2 groups.
But who are these people? Are they police? Are they just drug traffickers, civilians who have been killed?
At this point, we don't know, but we do know that of the roughly 2,000 people that have died or have been killed in the last 14 months, only about 30 have been innocent civilians in Juarez. There has also been about 50 police officers or soldiers that have been killed during that time. But it is most likely that the persons there found that they yesterday are very likely members of one of the 2 organized crime groups that have been fighting in our city.
What are you going to do about it? It seems like you're losing this battle. The Mexican government has dispatched 5,000 additional troops. Will that help?
It will, and it has, actually. We got the initial 2,000 soldiers last year, in March of last year. And this year, the federal government decided to send an additional 8,000 troops into Juarez. As soon as they started to get here early March, the violence between those 2 groups subsided. We had about 10 people killed in our streets every day before the soldiers came in. After the soldiers came in, we actually went down to 1 person per day. Many of those are just fights in bars and things like that. So it has taken effect, and we hope the increased presence will be what we need to get the drug violence under control in our city.
Mr. Mayor, but that is not an opinion shared by others. A lot of people, a lot of analysts are really concerned that this is spilling over into the United States, that it's becoming more and more serious. This year alone, 1,000 people have been killed, a huge spike in killings.
It is. It is a problem, and it is a shared problem, and it is a problem that needs to be addressed from the U.S. side and from the Mexican side, because the killings in the border cities are not just something that has to do with Mexico. It has to do with money laundering or drug money coming in from the United States. It has to do with arms coming into from the United States, and drugs going into the United States. So it is a shared problem that needs to be addressed before it overwhelms both the Mexican and the U.S. Government along the border.
But it seems to be overwhelming you. The police chief had to resign because he was threatened, and police officers were being killed every week until he resigned.
Yes, it is a major problem, and it is something that needs to be addressed.
But that is why I'm asking you. You're saying that the troops that have been sent since last March, the additional troops, have had an effect and the violence has gone down. In fact, just a few weeks ago, the police chief was ousted from office. It shows how powerful the drug gangs are.
And how difficult the problem is. It really, I think that assessment is correct. What you're saying is correct. However, this whole thing took place in February. Right after that took place, a decision was made by the federal government to send in the additional troops. On Monday, we will be naming new chiefs of police, all of them military, all of them active duty military, taking over the police department in Juarez, and making sure that the additional elements that will come to patrol the city will have a positive effect in the city. And for the last 2 weeks, we have seen a very positive result in the military presence.
José Reyes Ferriz, Mayor of Ciudad Juarez, thank you very much for speaking with us.